Welcome back, everyone. So we're still here at Sun and Fun 2025. It's an amazing show, and we bumped into AvNav or AvNav, okay? And this is Sunjay. Sunjay has been, building this for quite some time, correct?
Yes, since 2013.
2013. So tell us how you got started.
So at the very beginning, I was just trying to get my hands on anything aviation related that would go with my flying adventures.
Okay.
And I created a small utility called Meter Map.
Okay.
Which would meter along a route. I thought that was the most valuable information to have as a pilot.
Right.
You're going to launch yourself with a 3 or 4 hour flight. You may as well know what the waypoints are reporting just before you take off.
That's amazing.
And it worked. Hundreds of pilots used it.
Yeah, I think I've used that before.
Yes, Meter Map was a small utility for Android that was popular
Right.
at the time. So the next iteration was an EFB.
Right.
The idea for AvNav came when I was at a vacation in Switzerland. I was wondering what to do with my little spare time I had from busy work and flying, for which I had a passion. I was warned that this is a very difficult field because there are departments of engineers of big companies who make this product. It's not for one person,
Right.
I was told, and that the market was limited. I was not daunted by it. It took me about 6 months, and that's all it took to create the first version of AvNav, which was launched on 13th December 2013
Wow.
in the App Store. It was a record-blazing pace of development, and people liked the app because it was an intuitive, simple app, and it was not cluttered with features.
Right.
So that's how we got started. We had
That's
an app
amazing.
in 6 months in Android App Store.
So show us a little bit about AvNav.
AvNav today is very different from AvNav of 2013 and 14.
Okay.
We inaugurated the app in 2014 Oscar show.
Okay.
It was an Android-only app at that time, and it remained Android-only till now.
Okay.
But 2018, I saw that the market for tablets in the Android world had dwindled. Google had left the market. There were really no tablets left on Android. It's difficult to reach customers when you don't have a device.
Right.
So we decided to pivot and build an app that works everywhere, not just Android, but web and iOS.
Okay.
As you can see, here it is working on an iPad Air 13-inch. So one of the key features we have, apart from being cross-platform, is certain new features that we don't normally see in EFB.
Right.
That is a 3D vector map.
Right.
So normally pilots are used to flying with 2D raster maps.
Right.
And most of the EFB market is built around those raster maps.
Right.
But the rasters were built for just one resolution, a large printed map. They were not built to zoom in and out on a tablet.
Right.
And for 15 years, we have been slicing and dicing them and making a product out of it that really is not a product made for tablet.
Right.
So AvNav does this with a vector map, meaning you can zoom and pan, you can rotate, and everything stays upright. Unlike raster, when you rotate and things go upside down, with vector it's always upside.
Right.
And another thing is to note here that once you put your waypoints in, your approach waypoint or VFR in route waypoint, it draws a nice graph of your flight path, so you can visually see which terrain you are above, which airspeed you are above. So terrain and space clearance are very clearly visually indicated.
Wow.
So typically, you'd enter a flight plan, you'll enter a number of waypoints, or enter an approach DP or star, and those waypoints are inserted into your flight plan.
Right.
So you don't have to type in all those waypoints if you create it. Now, the next thing is to animate the route and see how your route looks like.
That's amazing.
As you move around in the space. Now, at the destination, it does a 360 view to tell you what the destination looks like.
Right.
All the weather along the route is also depicted on it.
Right.
So when you go flying, you have a clear picture of what it will be like.
Yeah, I mean, situational awareness there is through the roof. That's amazing. How much is the application?
Okay, so the application application per month, the Sun and Fun special is $14.95,
$14.95.
and on an annual basis, $144.95.
Wow. And it's avnav.com, correct?
AvNav.com.
Okay,
So
perfect.
you'll be directed to the right place.
Now let's go through some of the other features then.
Now, so we talked about 3D. Another aspect that we have worked very hard on here is that sometimes you don't just have a tablet, you have a whole computer in front of you.
Right.
And you want to simulate your path and see what it will look like in conjunction with X-Plane,
Right.
which is the simulator software.
Right.
The idea here is that you may not have a yoke, you may not have a rudder,
Right.
but you have this software which is amazing at generating flight path.
Come on, Indy.
And you can use your AI pilot from the app itself.
Right.
X-Plane flies the plane, and you visualize the scenery and the charts and the maps. So you don't have to use dials and knobs in X-Plane to dial radio frequencies or GPS waypoints. It's done very intuitively in a touch-friendly manner in the app.
Right.
So the app controls the X-Plane. You practice in X-Plane like you're flying tomorrow. You get to see the scenery, the weather, the terrain, and you're very familiar with it when you go there.
That's
So
amazing.
It's a way to see the landscape before you get there.
So it's kind of fly your flight before you fly it.
Yes.
Okay.
Before you go.
Thank you. Congratulations on doing this. I mean, it's a record time for 6 months to get it started, and then of course, you know, life gets busy, right? So,
It takes a lot of time to put together a team.
yeah. And then you've got some other cool stuff that's going to be coming over the future. Hopefully, every pilot sees this video and gets the opportunity to see that there are other options that are out there. And, you know, best of luck in the future, and I'm sure we'll be talking in the future. Thank you very much. Take care and stay safe, everyone.